My name is Yoshadara Camacho-Moreno. I'm 20 years old, and I'm currently pursuing a bachelor's in electrical engineering and a minor in music.
Wow. Why those are very two different like realms. What got you into that?
Okay, so I'm really interested in music, and turns out actually electrical engineering is not so different from music.
Oh.
Music is actually waves and electricity, so it has all to do with electrical.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
I've never heard of that like perspective, but that's something really unique.
yeah,
Do you like it? Are you enjoying it so far?
yeah. So far, I think I've seen so many interesting possibilities and projects with the two combined. So I'm really excited to see where that leads me.
Where are you studying?
I'm currently a San Diego City College student.
Nice. And then do you want to transfer? Do you want to just get an associate's?
I
What's
would
the
like
goal?
to transfer to a university.
Nice. Do you have one in mind?
Yeah, I'm reaching for USC.
Nice. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay. Let's see. What is your favorite activity to do right now outside of either school or work?
I think songwriting and playing guitar as of lately. I write songs, so
Nice.
that's, yeah.
Do you play any other instruments?
I try to play a little piano. I'm still in the works with that, but right now guitar.
Did you learn it on your own, or did like a family member teach you?
I on my own. I did take lessons when I was about 12, but it's basically on my own, watching
Wow.
YouTube videos by ear.
That's amazing. Let's see. Okay, what is your current favorite piece of media right now? So either like a book or a song.
Okay, so there's this book by Jose Rivers Alfaro. I forget what it's called. A friend of mine lended it, and it's about Latino generational trauma.
Oh.
And I think it's really good. It resonates a lot with the history of my grandparents, with my parents, and how that's related to my own story.
Oh. Do you want to share a little bit about their story?
Sure. So my grandma, she's originally from a little town in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So she basically did everything she could to escape that.
Oh,
She had
wow.
an abusive parents. So she married my grandpa, and they went to TJ to live.
Oh.
And yeah, but it was really tough for her. She had a tough childhood. And it's just crazy to me how different her life was. And I can tell that when she tells her stories, she's laughing, but I can tell in her eyes that she wants to cry.
Of course, yeah. There's always that like resonating pain that's
Yes.
there even after, you've lived such a beautiful life. Like I'm sure she's very happy with her children, her grandchildren, but it's always that trauma is always still there. But it's beautiful to like watch that from your perspective and see like, wow, she's come so far.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What is an accomplishment, personal project, or extracurricular activity that you're proud of working on?
So I just finished doing research in SDSU. I worked in a project in the lab, and I did a poster presentation a couple of days ago. So I'm really proud of that. It's the first time I do research, and I think this was definitely a defining experience. I'm really excited to doing this again.
Was it about your major?
It was most mechanical engineering and chemistry, but I think it shows that there's a lot of possibilities of what you can combine,
Yeah.
which, again, like electrical engineering
Yeah.
and music.
So
And it was
cool.
really interesting.
So cool. Okay. What tips would you give someone trying to do something similar? So in your case, like finishing a research project.
So I would say advocate for yourself, because a lesson learned was ask a lot of questions, because nothing is going to happen if you don't advocate for yourself. If you don't look for the answers, if you don't ask
100%.
the questions.
100%. I agree. Okay, so you can answer this in whatever way you want to. What does education mean to you?
Oh, okay. That's a good one. I think for me, it means freedom.
Oh,
It means freedom to define myself, because it was with my education that I was able to find out more about myself. I really like philosophy, for example, and it was thanks to that I was able to expand what my identity means. What is identity?
yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's a question that you have answered on your own, or are you still working towards answering that?
I think it's a funny answer, because there's this quote by Oscar Wilde that it's to define is to limit.
Yeah.
So I think that's the answer to it. I think we are
100%.
in constant transformation. So think.
I love that. I got chills. I love that. Okay, what's a topic, subject, or skill that you think should be taught in schools that's not?
That's a good one. Okay. I think learning how to do notes, how to study.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a program, the MESA program in San Diego City College, and they basically teach us how to do all this stuff, and it's literally life changing.
No way. Do you feel like that's like there's a reason that that's not taught in schools? Because it's something so simple, but we don't learn it until we kind of have to teach ourselves.
Yes, I think because it's a given that a student should know how to do it.
Yeah.
But it really is not that intuitive sometimes.
It's not. I mean, people have like certain, disabilities when it comes to school and like just learning in general. So it's something that we all have to be a lot like more aware of. Even people who know how to study and who know how to take notes, it's always nice to learn more about those things. So yeah. Okay, tell me about someone who's left an impact on you.
I think, okay, so I'm usually inspired by everything and everyone, but I will say my counselor.
Oh, okay.
Lately. Yeah, she definitely asked the tough questions. She actually is the reason why I was looking into electrical and music.
Wow.
And you can combine it. She was the one to tell me that.
Yeah. Counselors are great. They're so, underrated, and like people don't go to them for help when they're there. Like that's their job. I feel like they need to advocate more for themselves because they're lifesavers. Okay, what does your ideal life look like in 5 to 10 years from now?
I think doing music. Definitely, maybe living near the beach. I love the beach.
Yeah.
And doing cool stuff, honestly.
Yeah. Simple life. Nothing crazy. We love that. Okay. Is there a cause or social issue that you're passionate about, and why is it important to you?
Yes, feminism, especially because in Mexico there's a lot of violence towards women. So it's something that I always try to advocate to. So I've read poems, and any chance I get to present one, I make it a feminist statement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, what advice would you give someone who wants to make a positive impact on their community?
I think look for love, because I think that's what communities are all about. And if you try to find that love, you care for them and you do everything for them.
Yeah,
do things for them.
I love that. What is a challenge that you've had to work through, and how has it shaped you to who you are today?
Self-sabotage. Definitely. I was definitely not a self-advocate before.
Okay.
When I started college, I definitely wasn't.
Fair.
I would be struggling, and I kept that to myself all the time.
Yeah.
And I waited until last moment to ask for help. So definitely changing that, advocating for myself. And because, I live with myself. I should do what's best for me.
Exactly. Like, you are your only person that you have to impress, or, kind of, what's the word? Like, you live with yourself constantly, and you're the only person that looks at yourself in the mirror and knows exactly what's going on in your head. So we have to advocate for ourselves because no one else will do it for us. Not even our parents, not even like the people that love us the most. We have to do it for ourselves because this world is hard to live in.
It is. There's always a challenge.
There's always a challenge, but I think your mentality is super strong. That it just I don't know you, but like, just from this 5-minute conversation, you seem like you have a very strong head on your shoulders, and I appreciate seeing that in like the younger generation. Not that I'm so old, but like I'm older than you. Okay, so in terms of that, like, self-sabotage that you once had to kind of, that barrier that you had to move over, what advice would you give someone facing a similar challenge?
I think, like I said, ask questions and also look for a community. Yeah. I think you can do anything you want with a community supporting you. Mm-hmm. And that's something I realized last semester, actually. Yeah. I took a challenging calculus class, And we survived because of community, because we
Yeah.
were there for each other.
100%. Also, calculus sucks for everyone, so don't even beat yourself about it. It hurts. Okay, so the last question is, what do you think is something that usually gets left out of a standard application for you?
Maybe the emotional side to things. Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly. Because maybe a transcript is not going to show the personal growth, for
Yeah.
example.
100%. They don't see like you could have had a worse GPA than the one you are applying with now, and they're like, what was the transition? What happened? Most of the times people who are seeing that just see, okay, she tried a little bit harder, or you know what, maybe her classes were a little bit easier. But they might not see that, like, I was actually very sad for a long period of my time, or I, self-sabotaged myself for a long period of time, and I've always had that ability to be better, and I've always had that ability to be smarter, but I just never got to show it because of, environmental factors.
Yeah.
So it does suck, but, there are opportunities like these ones and plenty of others that allow you to show your full self, and we love that. Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe below to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you want to apply for our Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, click the link below to apply. Thanks for watching!